Hello guys, welcome to another video of the SASS Bite-Sized Tutorial, and in this video we're going to be looking at the partials and import features of SASS and how it can make our projects more structured and easier to maintain. Okay, so we're back in VS Code, and inside the body you can see I have 4 different sections which represent different parts of my website. So we've got a header, 2 main sections and a footer. Now if we wanted to style all these sections, we're going to put it all in one style sheet. But another really cool feature of SASS is that we can divide our content into different sections and effectively different style sheets, and we can do this through SASS Partials. Now partials are basically just smaller SASS files, kind of like code snippets, and with these code snippets your CSS can now be more modular, structured and easier to maintain. So let's just say our header section and main sections had a whole bunch of styling and too much for one style sheet. Using SASS Partials, they can be styled in different locations, so we effectively create different style sheets for these sections instead of having them all in one document. Now the way we write out a partial is we'll go inside the style folder here, and first we put an underscore followed by the partial name. So in this case we're going to say header.scss, and then inside here we can now style our header. So if we had one style sheet which had a bunch of styling for the header, we can just put it all in one snippet or in one partial. So let's just say for this example we want the header to have a border of a solid green 2 pixels. I know this isn't much styling, but this is just an example to show how we can use partials, and nothing changes at the moment. We now need the import feature to include in our main SASS file so we can link the partials together, and the import feature goes in the main style sheet, which is style.css. So we go inside here, at import, single quote marks, and followed by the name, so in this case the header. And if you look in the browser, you can see now the header has the green border that we specified in here. We can also add some padding, so just say 20 pixels. Also make the font size a bit bigger, so pretty much any type of styling. So let's just say 25 pixels. So again, any type of styling, and we can do the same for the main section. So we'll create another partial and we'll call this one main.scss. And we'll go inside here and we'll grab the main semantic tag and say border solid, and for this one let's create it blue, 2 pixels, and then I'll also give some of these some padding, so say 20 pixels for this one. And remember, this is only half the equation. We now need to go into the main style sheet and just duplicate this, and for this case say main. And if you look in our browser, you can see that our main section has the styling we specified in here. Now we're not only limited to different bits of content, we can have partials for things like variables, so a place where we can store all our variables. So let's just create another file now. It's called underscore, or another partial, sorry, in variables.scss, and then we'll go inside the main styles folder and go above the other imports. So this is important that you put variables at the start, and then single quote marks and say variables, and then close that off with a semicolon, and go inside variables, and let's just create a couple of variables. So we're just going to call the first one main color and say red, and then just have one for the text, so text color, and let's give this a color of orange. And what we can do now is use these variables because they've been important to the main style sheet, and they link to the header and main partials. So we're inside the main partials here, and let's just say background color of main color. See now in the browser it's linked the variable of main color to the main partial, and we can do the same for the header. So let's change the text color of the header, so we'll just say color, and we'll say text color. And you can see now in the browser the color's changed orange, which is the variable of text color. And as we saw in the previous videos when we were looking at variables, if we wanted to change the color of our text or the background color of the main, later on down the line we only need to go inside our variables and change the color. So we can say purple in this case, and that changes the background color to purple, and we can change the text here to green, and then that changes the color of the text to green in our header. Instead of having to individually go inside the header and changing this all the time, we can just change it in this one value. And that's how we can use partials and imports in our projects, guys, and really highlights the power of SASS. using partials and imports can really give us that structure and the maintenance of our projects instead of having everything in one big style sheet. But that'll be it for this video, guys, and as always, if you did like the content, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.